Before this video begins, make sure you guys subscribe. Also, make sure you join my new Discord server. Lastly, if you want some merch, the link is in the description, and make sure you follow me on all my social medias. Yo, what's up guys? It's Nick from BREGMAN Gaming. Welcome back to another MLB The Show 21 video. It's not really news, but it's just in the category of news. Today is going to be the third episode of my ratings predictions. So yeah, today is going to be the third of the 4-part series that I'm making predicting live series ratings. So yeah, today we are going to be going over the top 5 first basemen, second, third, and shortstops. And one other thing, for third base and shortstops, it's actually the top 6 because I want to get every diamond in the game. So if there's more than 5 diamonds, it'll be just how many diamonds there are. But if there aren't, it'll be the top 5. So yeah, I'm going to try to go really quickly because I have coming in at number 5 for first baseman, we have Anthony Rizzo. Now Anthony Rizzo, you know what you're getting out of him with his ratings. He's just going to be a gold all year. He's not going to go too far up or too far down. He's just pretty consistent. I'm pretty sure he's on a contract here though, so I don't know what's going to happen with him, but expect him to be around 82, 83, somewhere around there. I see him at number 5 for first baseman. Number 4, I have Luke Voit, and I do have him starting as a diamond. I feel like him being the home run king and him being so good last year while everybody on the Yankees was injured, I just feel like it would make sense to make him an 85. Obviously, you don't want to put him too high. You don't want to overrate him off of 60 games. I think he should be a diamond, but he should be the minimum for a diamond, which is an 85, and he should not be ahead of the guys ahead of him. So Luke Voit, I have at number 4 at an 85. Number 3, I'm going with Paul Goldschmidt, and the reason why I'm going with Paul Goldschmidt is because he was not as good as the 2 guys ahead of him, which I'm pretty sure you guys are going to know who it is. Yes, Paul Goldschmidt is a very good player, and he deserves to be in diamond, and I think he fits perfectly in an 86. He had a down year in 2019, and then he came back and he went back to the Paul Goldschmidt we know in 2020. I think an 86 fits perfectly. I think if he continues to be himself, he could definitely go up. I just think that you have to factor in that down year because with ratings, they factor in the past 3 years or the 2 years before last year. So it's on a 3-year scale, based on the past 3 years, and they tend to scale more of the previous 2 years than last year in the beginning of the year, and as the year goes on, it does the opposite. It focuses primarily on the current season. So yeah, Paul Goldschmidt I think fits perfectly for an 86. He's an elite first baseman. He's very good. He's definitely a diamond. I have him at an 86. So now number 2, we have the AL MVP, Jose Abreu. I would not be shocked if he was a little lower. Now, he definitely deserves to be a diamond. Now, he should not be near number 1 because Jose Abreu has been a very good first baseman his whole career, but he's never been an MVP candidate. And he was this year, and give the credit to him. He played very well, and he deserves to be a diamond because he's the reigning MVP, but he does not deserve to be around the 90 plus because that he has to do consistently. So I think Jose Abreu, I think he should be an 87. And then number 1, first baseman, is pretty obvious. I think it's going to be Freddie Freeman, and I have him as a 90 overall. Freddie Freeman's been doing it for so long, and he finally won an MVP. I think he's there. I think he deserves a 90 overall. He is the cream of the crop at first base. He's by far the best first baseman in baseball. I have him as a 90 overall. I think he's 100% deserving of a 90. Now, we're going to go to second baseman. At number 5, I have David Fletcher. Now, David Fletcher finished last year at an 84. I think they're going to scale him back down a little. I still think he should be a gold, and I think he should be an 82, which is still great. But I don't think he's going to be as high as he was last year. So David Fletcher, if he continues the success he had last year, he can definitely go up, and maybe he can go diamond. Number 4, I'm going to have the buzzer boy, Jose Altuve. And the reason why I have Jose Altuve at an 82 is just because we all know what happened. He's a cheater. They cheated. He struggled last year with all the noise. Now, he did play a little better in the playoffs, but, I mean, that's really because they actually had success. So with fans coming back, I don't think he's going to be the same caliber that he was before the cheating scandal broke out. I think he should still be a gold, and he still should be in the top 5, but I think he should be an 82. Number 3, I'm going with Jeff McNeil. Now, Jeff McNeil is very underrated. We all know that. He had a good year last year. He had an even better year in 2019. For the time he's been up, he's been an elite hitter. The fielding is where he needs to improve. He isn't horrible, but he is an elite. I think Jeff McNeil is on diamond watch. He could definitely go there. If he starts off the year super hot, he could definitely go diamond. He's a contact hitter with some power. So Jeff McNeil, I have at an 83. 84, OZZIE ALBIES, I have as number 2 for second baseman. OZZIE ALBIES, he's so underrated. I've been looking for this guy to go diamond for so long. I think this is finally the year. I would give him an 84 to start the year. Personally, I think he should be diamond, but I don't think they're going to give him a diamond. That's for sure. He's very underrated. He's a switch hitter. He can field. He's not elite, but he's a good fielder. He can hit both sides well. He's a switch hitter. He has tons of value. I really like OZZIE ALBIES, and I think he can go diamond this year. I think he's going to start the year at an 84. And then number 1, without question, not even close, the best second baseman in baseball is DJ LeMahieu. And I can't even quote bias here as a Yankees fan. It's just not even close. He is 7 rating points higher than the second best second baseman, in my opinion. I don't think DJ LeMahieu should be a 90. I think he should be a 91. Now, 91, I think that's the max for him. Back-to-back batting titles. So, DJ LeMahieu, by far the best second baseman. I think he's by far... It's not even close. I think he should be a 90. I personally gave him a 91. If he got a 90, I'll be fine with it. But I personally think it would be a crime if he was below a 90. This guy is just one of the best hitters in baseball. Past 2 years, re-signed with the Yankees. He's just so scrappy. He's one of those really annoying hitters to get out. DJ LeMahieu, I have as a 91. Now for third baseman, we actually have our top 6 because they're all diamonds. So Matt Chapman is going to be my number 6 third baseman at an 85 overall. He was injured for most of the year last year. He definitely deserves to be a diamond, but he does not deserve to be higher than an 85. I would take all the guys ahead of him, ahead of Matt Chapman. I think he's one of the most overrated hitters in baseball. He's not an overrated player. It just makes me cringe when people put him ahead of guys like Nolan Arenado, and Rendon. It just makes me cringe. Now, that doesn't take away his game. He's still an elite third baseman. He's the best fielder in baseball. That's without a question. But I think he's perfect for an 85. Number 5, third baseman, I'm going with Manny Machado in an 87. And I've seen all these third baseman rankings, and people are putting him so low, and people are saying more than 2020 matters, which is true. But people are forgetting he played like 7 seasons with the Orioles, and his entire career with the Orioles, he was an elite third baseman. People are forgetting it. He had 1 down year in 2019. He's been an elite third baseman before that. 87, I think, fits perfectly. I think you also do have to factor in the down 2019 a little. If he had a good 2019, I would probably put Manny Machado in an 89 or an 88. But I think an 87 fits him perfectly. Number 4, I have Jose Ramirez, also an 87. If he continues to hit as well as he did, he's definitely going to reach 90. He's just been really good. He's just been on and off. Besides last year, he's been on and off. We all know that. If he can consistently be an MVP caliber player, he will easily go to a 90 overall. We've seen him at the plate. We've seen him when he's on, he is on. But when he's off, he's off. He needs to be a consistent MVP candidate for him to be a 90 plus. Now he's still an 87, which is a really good rating. But that's just what I need to see out of him for him to be in the 90 plus. Number 3, we have Alex Bregman. Now, Alex Bregman, he had a down year like all the Astros after the cheating scandal. And I think that if he has another down year this year, I think he will get bumped down. I don't think he'll become a goal, but if he has another down year, he's just gonna plummet. I mean, it's just facts. Last year he had a down year, and that's why he's an 87. I was considering putting him below Machado and Ramirez, but I would just be called biased because I'm a Yankees fan and I hate the Astros because they're cheaters. But yeah, I'll just keep him at number 3 for now. He had a down year in 2020. If he does it again, he's going way down in these rankings. Number 2, third baseman, in my opinion, is Anthony Rendon. I have him as an 88. I think that fits perfectly. He had a good year in 2020. Yes, he had somewhat of a slow start, but he still, if you look at his stats, played really well in 2020. I don't think he's yet to be a 90+. I think if he has an MVP caliber year this year, he can make the 90+ ranking. But I just don't think he's done enough to be the number 1 third baseman. And in my opinion, it's without a doubt Nolan Arenado, the new Cardinal. I feel like he's just so overhated just because of the Coors effect, and I think he's going to prove that is just a mystery. Well, it's not a mystery. It's true. The Coors effect does help your hitting stats. But the overrated aspect of Nolan Arenado, just because of the Coors effect, needs to go. And with him being traded, I think it finally will be. Yes, 2020 was a down year. For many people, it was. He had the whole trade thing in his mind. I think he'll go back to elite status. I think he's a 90+. I think if you're going to dock people for having a down 2020, then you're going to have to dock guys like Christian Yelich, Cody Bellinger, although he picked it up in the playoffs. You're also going to have to dock guys like Max Scherzer. So if you say that Nolan Arenado should be an 87 or an 88 because he had a down year, you better put Max Scherzer as an 87 or an 88 as well, because that's just how it works. So Nolan Arenado at a 90. Now for the final 6 cards, because they're all diamonds, we have shortstops, and at number 6, I have the MLB The Show 20 cover athlete, Javier BAEZ. Yes, he is a tiny bit overrated. I will accept it, but you cannot deny that he is still an elite shortstop. Yes, he, like many other people, did not play well in 2020. But do you really think they're going to make the previous cover athlete a goal off of one bad 60-game stretch? No, they're not. They just aren't. Javier BAEZ I have as an 85. Number 5, I have Trea Turner as an 86. He had an amazing 2020, but he just hasn't had that, not consistency, he just hasn't had that many elite years compared to the guys ahead of him. I do think you put him ahead of BAEZ, though, because of how good he was in 2020. He was just unreal. 86, I think, is perfect for Trea Turner. Number 4, I'm going with Corey Seager, 87. I think people are overrating the hell out of Corey Seager just because of his postseason. He's still an elite shortstop, as I give him an 87, but he is not the best shortstop in baseball. No, he's not. Yes, if he hits like he did in the postseason for an entire year, by far the best shortstop in baseball. But he's never hit like that before. Corey Seager I have as an 87. That doesn't knock away his talent. He's still a great shortstop, but people are just overrating him. Number 3, I have Trevor Story at an 88. Now, Trevor Story is an interesting one. He's definitely going to get traded at the trade deadline. Rockies would be dumb to not trade him. Trevor Story, really good. You know what I don't understand? I don't understand why people don't give the same Coors effect energy to Trevor Story as they do to Nolan Arenado. It just magically disappears for Trevor Story. No, he doesn't have the Coors effect. He's the best shortstop in baseball, but Nolan Arenado's number 4. Like, I'm sorry if I'm just rambling about the Nolan Arenado hatred, but I just think it needs to stop. Trevor Story, I think, is the 3rd best shortstop in baseball, and I think it fits perfectly with this rating, 88. Still a great, great player. He is almost a 5-tool player, too. At number 2, I have Francisco Lindor. Now, here's the thing. Personally, I think he still owns the claim of being the best shortstop in baseball. Now, if he has another mediocre year in 2021, he's no longer the best shortstop in baseball. Do I think he's going to be the best shortstop in Diamond Dynasty, ratings-wise? No, and it's pretty obvious why. You'll see why with the next guy. But Lindor, I think he fits perfectly in an 88. He had a down year last year, but he's literally come out and said that it's because he knew he was going to get traded, and his mind was just all messed up. But yeah, Francisco Lindor I have as an 88. And coming in at number 1, we have the cover boy, Fernando Tatis Jr. Now, that cover art is insane. The cover art is insane, but what I meant to say was the card art that I made was pretty cool too. I think they give him a 90+. I mean, I don't think he should be a 90, but I think he's going to get a 90 just because, he's the cover athlete. It's Fernando Tatis Jr. He just got that contract. It makes sense why they would give him a 90. But yeah, he's an elite shortstop. no doubt he should be at least an 88. But I think they're going to give him a 90 just because he's the cover boy. But yeah, that's me for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. I've been your host, Nick from Big Guns Gaming. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.